Just screwing with the wrong people.
The Rotters. The Rotters. Oh my god, dude. There's a new name for the walkers. Rotters. It's the biters, the walkers, the rotters, the zombies. They're all the same thing. There's so many names for zombies, man. There's so many fucking names for them. But so this is an episode review for...
Oh no, you didn't look up the name.
Oh my god, I didn't look up the name.
Dude, it's
oh
something
my
to
god.
do with the hospital, probably.
Really? You think so?
Probably.
Oh my god. Slabtown! That's the name of it. Why is it called Slabtown? I did actually see that a few days ago.
It's kind of like a prison.
It's kind of like a... Oh, yeah, it's kind of like a prison. Okay. Yeah, I was saying this during the episode. Why are so many of the places in Season 5, like, and even it can't kind of, the end of Season 4, why are so many of these places, like, places that have good intentions, but end up kind of fucking them up in some way? Like Terminus, they saved people originally.
Sanctuary for all.
But, when those guys... whoever, kind of fucked things up, it kind of changed the ideology of Gareth, and then they became cannibals from that. And, I mean, this place seems like they're just trying to save people and just holding out. I mean, the thing is, it doesn't seem like... I don't know, the notion of it doesn't seem too bad, to be quite honest. But, I don't know. What do you think about this hospital in Atlanta? Location we haven't been to since Season 1.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just another situation where good intentions gone wrong after all this shit went down. Because, I mean, they want to do good things, but they have to, like, do bad things in order to do good things. Because, it's, like, end of the world shit. But, obviously, in this episode we saw there was some weird tensions with the cops because they kind of controlled things. And Dawn, the woman who's supposed to be in charge, was letting that weird guy, like, take advantage of people.
Yeah, that's stupid how, like, the system was kind of fucked from the inside.
Yeah.
So wait, was that pervert guy the one who died, the one that got eaten by the walker, or was that somebody else?
No, that was the pervert guy.
Oh, okay. Because his hair kind of looked different.
And they're in the very end, they showed that picture, and it looked like they were partners or something. I don't know, who knows? But, like,
yeah,
they had a picture together.
She's just a bitch, that Dawn woman.
Yeah, she has a terrible fucking anger
She's like
issue.
anger management issue. She's like, we could have saved him. We could have saved. It's like,
yeah,
like chill the fuck out. Like, you realize how many people in this apocalypse have died? Like,
when the doctor says, this guy's a goner and whatever, and she just turns around and slaps Beth in the face for no reason.
Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. So, my prediction, just based on, the end of the episode, I think that Noah Kid will find Daryl and Carol. The thing is, so, at the end of the episode, the big shocker was that Carol is one of the people that they're saving now.
Yeah.
And Beth is kind of like, oh.
My prediction is that he's with the black kid, I forget his name. Do we know his name?
Noah. I just said it. Yeah, Noah.
I'm pretty sure he's the one that walks out of the bushes with Daryl when they're at the church.
Rick's like, where'd you find this? Who the hell is this random black kid?
I mean, it would make sense because they kind of like exchange people. Because if they brought Carol in, that means Daryl got close enough,
Well, the thing is, I don't know. I mean, why? Well, then that might be interesting. Maybe he's going back for reinforcements, saying, Rick, we got to go to Atlanta and get them, kind of thing.
No, yeah.
But then it's going to be the thing of Abraham's like, we got to go back, and they're not there. It's like everyone's split up again.
Yeah. No, yeah, everyone's going to be split up
because
again.
the preview is, I think it's Abraham, Glenn, and that whole group going to, trying to go to Washington, of course. They probably find a herd of walkers and
shit goes down.
Well, because in the trailer, in the Season 5 trailer, you see that thing, the
bus.
Yeah, the bus flips that they're in. So it's like, well, they didn't last long, and so I guess it's going to be, Abraham's going to go fucking nuts because he wants everyone to protect Eugene. And
yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be just that episode about them. I don't know if there's going to be stuff about Daryl and Carol. I'm not sure how they're going to do this.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because now we have those two different things going on.
Yeah, I have absolutely no idea how it's gonna... Because there's different storylines. Now, I know you got, like, 3.
Yeah.
You've got, like,
Carol and Beth are at the hospital. Daryl came back with someone we don't know who it is. With Rick, and then we got Abraham.
But I'm sure they're gonna dedicate an episode to Daryl and Carol driving and searching for... Like, following the car.
Yeah.
So,
at least part of something.
I don't know if it'll be part of the episode, if it'll be a full episode... I'm assuming they're gonna have to explain, because, you know, obviously that leaves a lot of questions, like, how the fuck did Carol get into this situation where she needs to be saved?
At least we finally found out that those cars with the cross in the back belonged to the hospital.
Yeah, that was a cop-out, yeah, because they were near a church, you thought the crosses were like, oh, it's a symbol, you know, for the church, but it was actually, like, you know, a hospital, a medical sign. Because when they run by the cars, there's, like, 3 or 4 of them that have the crosses, so I think... I don't know
why she didn't try and jump in one at the very end.
I don't know if there was the keys in there.
Noah was able to get away, and Beth got arrested.
Well, I don't know. She was saving his ass with the gun, and then she... I mean, granted that the cops saved her, because she was about to get killed by the zombies, and they just whipped out their pistols, and were like, pew, 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 and then... so... Yeah,
but in the end, it doesn't really help her, because... Now she owes them even more. She's like, we saved you again, and you tried to escape, so we don't trust you. So,
yeah. I mean, the good thing is they didn't linger with this episode, because they could have dragged this out and said, she's getting used to this hospital, and then you know.
We were introduced to the hospital. Shit went down in the hospital, and she almost escaped all in one episode. Like, she figured out that it's a bad place, that she shouldn't be there, and even that doctor, he had her, you know, give the other guy who was a doctor, you know, the wrong medicine.
Yeah, that went
into a cardiac arrest, so he had her kill the guy just because he was afraid that something would happen to him.
Yeah, I didn't know that guy was a doctor, because I didn't know that.
They didn't disclose that.
Yeah, at the very end.
She kind of figured that out. She's like, oh, he was a doctor too, so that's why you had me kill him, huh?
Because there's like a double crossover, like, because you think that, the cop knows that she gave him the wrong thing, but even though that guy took the blame... So, I mean, for us, it's kind of like, we were just expecting one crossover, but now it's, the guy actually he actually gave the medicine to her to kill the guy because he didn't want to be cast out.
Yeah.
I don't know, that's the thing, it's really kind of I mean, you know it's a fucked up system when, you know, when people have to, like, kill others in the hospital just to hang on for their life, but it's very brutal.
I mean, we kind of found out there's a fucked up system when that one... random woman, they brought her back in with her arm bit, and she would rather have died, like, trying to escape than be there, and then they forced to cut, he cut her arm off with, like, a metal wire. There were some nasty scenes in this episode, just because it was like a hospital, and they were just there were some really fucking just weirdo nasty scenes. It was just really Yeah, we're actually watching the Talking Dead thing, that pervert cop. Oh my god, when she smashed her, you're not a fighter, huh? And then she smashes him with a jar, and then he falls down right in front of that woman who killed herself. And she just, I'm gonna eat your face.
Yeah, that was pretty funny. So they're down one cop. I mean, they really don't have much of a force, but I mean, I guess they're...
Well, I mean, the only good thing is if that guy was the problem, at least he's dead, but...
Yeah.
Now she's stuck there with... And they A, don't trust her, and B, hate her, so...
Well, I'm sure she's gonna... Well, I mean, that Dawn woman wants to keep anyone they can alive, so... I think Beth is like, actually keep this person alive because I know her. So I don't think Carol's really in, like... But what happened to Carol, though? Did we see, like, how she was harmed physically? Did they show that, or no?
I didn't really pick... I mean, they had her on the stretcher, and she was, like, knocked out or something. So, I mean, somewhere along the line, like, she was with Daryl, and... Who knows what happened?
I don't know, because there's just...
That's crazy, though, that he came back to Rick without Carol or Beth.
I don't think so. I mean, Daryl's the kind of guy that fights to the end.
You think that he came back? I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe when he said come on out, maybe he couldn't tell Michonne straight up, oh yeah, I left her here. Here, I need this kid to explain it to the whole group. I don't know. For me...
Or, who knows, maybe these events happen at a different time and he pops out of the bush with all 3 of them. Who knows?
Yeah, it's like, they're all here, nothing, we saved the day. But I don't know, Daryl just doesn't seem, I mean, unless he was, like, in a situation where it was impossible, like he was surrounded by walkers and had to run for it, or maybe he assumed that she was dead. But I mean, think about it. Carol was separated from the group for like a long time, and Daryl was like the happiest person to see her.
Yeah.
So like, I don't think she's the last person that he would want to.
No, that's what I'm saying. Especially her and Beth. Those are the two people that he cared about the most. So
yeah, so leaving any of them is a big thing. But I don't know. For me, I don't know if they'll have an episode dedicated to each one of these storylines. Like,
probably not. I mean, they'll probably tie them together somehow, but.
But it looks like Abraham's trying to take charge. It looks like Glenn wants to go back to the church. Because remember, they were having second thoughts even though they made the deal. It looks like they want to go back to the church.
Right.
To fucking, do that whole thing.
Abraham was like, a retreat is defeat. We can't do that. This is war.
A retreat is a treat. Right. So that's pretty much it for this episode. It was good. It was good that the episode wasn't like, a sleeper episode. Because, obviously you'd say, oh, now we're just getting... This is the start of a new storyline, because we've been following these past couple of episodes. Oh, it's a commercial for Destiny. Anyway, we've been following
Best game ever.
We've been following this storyline with Rick versus Gareth and the Hunters. So it's been this continuous thing for a few episodes now.
It's pretty interesting how fast it's split apart though, because now we have 3 separate storylines.
Yeah, and so like it was kind of on these past couple of weeks. It was kind of edge of your seat kind of thing. Because there was this whole, what's going to happen? Rick versus the Hunters. But now they're all dead, and now there's different threats. Like, how are we going to get to DC? How are we going to get everyone back together, including, Carol and Beth and just everyone? So
everyone, everywhere.
Even Morgan, how's he going to come into play? Because
he's still fucking out there.
Yeah.
Oh, who knows? Maybe that's who fucking Daryl has. Like, guess who I found? I have Morgan.
But he doesn't know who Morgan is.
Yeah,
only Michonne, Carl, and Rick know who Morgan is.
That's true.
Yeah, so
who knows?
So what's our score for this episodic ode?
I'll give it a 9.
You give it a 9?
Yeah, I was gonna give it like maybe an 8. I mean, it was still really good. I mean, it was kind of, in a sense, it was kind of a filler episode, but it wasn't like a true filler episode because it did have like we saw Carol come into it. It's like, what the fuck was that about?
They had to address the issue of where
it was
she
still
was.
It was still really good though. It was definitely better than, like, so far I can say like every single episode of season 5 on a whole has been better than like season 3 and season 4.
Well, like the beginning of season 4, for example, like I think even the beginning of season 3 was pretty like intense because think about it, like Lori and like she died and we're introduced to the governor as a major villain. And
I mean, in the past, like there's definitely been really good highlight episodes, but there was also a lot of filler. So far, there hasn't been really any filler.
The beginning of season 4, I think, was the weakest because it was literally like half of the season focused on...
They really drew that out.
Yeah, the disease, like the sickness and the disease.
I don't know if they had like complaints about that, if that's why this is so fast paced, because literally they haven't drawn any... Like, we thought the whole Terminus thing would be big. That only lasted 3 episodes.
Only at episode... Like, only the last 3 of season... Like, the half of season 4 does, the villain's back, and then he comes into play, and then that's how the prison... But it's almost like they were trying to create filler content until they could tell us, the governor's back, and now he's going to do this, and that's how the prison falls, and that's how we're going to further the story. Because at least we have in our heads, at least we have in our heads where the goal is. Because we didn't have a goal before. The goal was stay in the prison, survive. Now we kind of have a goal, get to Washington, get the group. I think the 2 goals right now, get to Washington and save the world, would be the 2 major goals.
Right now they're taking a poll, seeing if Don is better leader than Gareth, and everyone's saying that the fucking cannibal is better than Don.
What? But we don't have much evidence for her. I mean, she was a bit of a bitch. I don't know. Is the whole Walking Dead community sexist?
I mean, she was a complete bitch, but to their credit, they had power in a hospital with food and medical supplies in the middle of Atlanta, which was bombed out. Like, all that stuff shouldn't be happening, and they're still there. So, like, that was pretty crazy that they had that stuff. Like, I noticed the fucking clock was working. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, it seemed like it seemed like it was its own isolated little thing.
I mean, I guess they're saying that, like, yeah, they have these things, but they've come at such a high cost. Like, it's like the fact that everyone there is miserable and live in fear of the 3 people in charge. Like, I don't know, same thing.
Yeah, I'll give this one. I mean, I'll give it an 8.5. It was.
Yeah, that's kind of the range. Yeah,
8.5 to 9.
I'll give it an 8.7.
Yeah.
There you go, right in the middle.
Yeah. I mean, I liked it. It was just it felt like, I don't know, like I feel like there's some questions kind of that we have, and just like, especially like her reactions to a lot of the things going on. I don't know. I feel like,
yeah, we don't know what. Like, at the very end, Beth was holding like this fucking like needle or some kind of shank, and who knows if she's going after the doctor or Dawn. But then she saw Carol, and she's like, "Oh shit!"
Like, the thing is, I appreciate them for making this episode more fast paced than I thought they would. But I kind of want to understand where they're taking this.
Right. Like, how long is it gonna last?
Because I always have this fear whenever they split the group up that we have an episode dedicated to an entire separation, which was what happened the last part of season 4.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was a little.
But again, we don't know how they're going to tie this. Yeah. All together. I don't know. Though they always do it in some creative way. Like the fact that Carol didn't meet up with them in the end of season 4, that led into her saving them at Terminus. So they always bring the group together in creative ways that end up destroying an enemy or furthering the story, something. So, all right. So we'll be back next week, and yeah,
should be good.
Should be good. Peace.
Shitty titties.